Alright, for the midterm, this is going to be the video. Look at number one, okay? They're asking for the perimeter. For number one, when they ask for the perimeter, they're basically asking to add up the sides together. So we're going to add that, plus that, plus that, plus that. All of them together. And that's how we're going to find the perimeter of this shape. So for us to do that is basically just combining like terms, okay? So we're basically going to have to add this plus this, and then another one that looks like that, plus 3 and 2x squared minus 3x plus 2. Right, so we're going to add all of them together. For us to add all of those things, we're basically going to just combine like terms, okay? So I'm going to combine like terms, and I'm going to remind you, when we combine like terms, we have to combine numbers that have the same letter with numbers that have the same letter, and they also have to have the same power. So in here I'm going to have 2x squared, I'm going to just write it again, 3x plus 2, and then in here I have x plus 3. Okay, first numbers that we can combine are this 2x squared, and then we have another 2x squared. Notice that we don't have any other numbers that have x with a power of 2, so we combine those. When we add them, we get 4x squared. Okay, and then after that we're going to combine numbers with x's, okay, just x's. So when we combine that, we can combine this with this, with this, and with this. So when we combine those, we're just adding all the numbers. So we have negative 6, we're going to get negative 4x, and then after that we just combine the rest of the numbers. So we can get that plus that, and we're going to get 4 and 6 make plus 10. So this right here is a perimeter. For number one, this should be the answer. Okay, let's go to number two. For number two, it asks, hey, what is the area? Okay, the equation for area, let me get some space over here. So the equation for area is length times, so area is equal to length times width. In here we have a length and width of this and this, so we're basically gonna multiply them. Okay, so I'm just getting a lot more space in here. So I'm gonna have x plus 3, all that multiplied times 2x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, we're gonna basically distribute. So x times 2x squared is 2x to the power of 3, right? We just add another exponent. X times negative 3x is negative 3 to the x to the power of 2, and the last one is just plus 2x. Now I multiply this times all of this. Now I'm going to do the same with the 3. So 3 times that is going to give me a plus 6x squared, then 3 times negative 3 is going to be negative 9x, and the last one should be plus 6. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing. After we get this, we need to combine like terms. So we're gonna get all the x's with the power of 3 together. We only have one of those. We don't have any other powers of 3, so we get 2x to the power of 3. Then all of the x's with the power of 2, so that and that, we're going to combine them, and we get positive 3x squared, right? And then after that, we get all the x's with no power, and we should get negative 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoop, I was adding the wrong one. Never mind. So I'm adding this and I'm adding this. Made a mistake. So it's going to be a negative 7x. And the last one should be just a 6. So if we just add the 6, we just have plus 6. So this right here should be equal to the area of this rectangle. Alrighty, go on to the next problem. Okay, for problem number 3. So basically we want to know the facts of this. Okay, so for this I'm gonna solve this equation for x. So I want to know what x is equal to. Okay, in order for us to do that, we're basically just gonna do isolate x, right? We only have one x. So when we only have one x, we can isolate x. So move this and move this and move this, so we can have x by itself. Okay, so we're gonna subtract 72, subtract 72. This will give me a 0, so I'm gonna have negative 4.5 x squared is equal to negative 72. Now we're gonna divide 4.5. This goes to 1, so I have 1x squared, which we don't put the 1, is equal to, put in the calculator, you should get positive, sorry, this is a negative, positive 16. So after that, the way to get rid of this 2 is to square root it. Okay, one of the things that you will forget is when you square root it something, you have to do plus and minus. We talked about this a long time ago. So plus and minus. So when we have plus and minus, like this and this go away, I'm gonna have x is equal to plus square root of 16, and then x is equal to minus square root of 16. When that happens, I should know that x is equal to negative 4, and in here x is equal to positive 4. So I know that if we read the statements, the only one that makes sense is C, that the solutions are negative 4 and 4. Okay, let's go to problem number 4 now. For number 4, we basically, to solve for this, we need to factor this out. Okay, factor this out. To factor this, we need to find numbers that multiply to 21. So factors of 21 that also, right, factors of 21 that add up to negative 10. So we need to add to this, multiply to this. So let's just test some numbers out. Factors of 21 are 3 times 7. Now do they add up to 10? Can we make them add up to 10? So 7 plus 3 will give me 10, but we need a negative 10, okay? So we will need them to be negative. And then when we multiply them, they give you a 21. So here we have x minus 3, x minus 7 is equal to 0. So after that, we need to make two equations. One that says x minus 3 is equal to 0, and x minus 7 is equal to 0. We solve for x, so plus 7 plus 7. So we have x is equal to 7. And here we have the same thing, so plus 3 plus 3, x is equal to 3. So that's how we get these answers. So let's go on to number 5. For number 5, we need to do the same thing, okay? Every time when you're factoring something, you need to see if there is a greatest common factor, okay? In this one I didn't mention that because I just saw that there was nothing that we can take out of anything. But in this one, there is a 3 that we can take out, right? They are all, this number is divisible by 3, so we can divide this